My name is William Gallagher. I am from Market Traders Institute. I am with the Senior Market Analyst here, and I am excited and honored to be here with each and every one of you here on this Saturday afternoon because I'm going to show you today strategies of how you can accelerate your profits during earnings season. I'm also going to show you trading strategies here today, how you can trade stocks like Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, without owning a single share, utilizing option trading strategies. And we will be going over some stock trading strategies as well, but we will be focusing mostly on options here today over the next 45 minutes or so. So I don't have too much time. I'm going to try to cram about an hour and 15 minutes into about 45 minutes here today. So a little bit about me, like Ree said. I do have several years of experience in these markets. I've also worked for several different financial companies, and like Reed said, I am a multi-class trader. I do trade stocks, I do trade options, and I do trade the Forex market. And some of you may have been to my presentations as well on Forex as well. But one of the things also I know is I am also a student of Market. I went through the same program I'll be sharing with you here today. So after I went through the program, I was then asked to bring new people up to speed, train them, take them by the hand, get them up to speed so the Market Traders Institute can teach them and show them how to do this here. So what I'm going to do is before we get started here, like I said, we will be discussing opportunities and trading strategies to trade around earnings season. So what I'm going to explain to you for those of you that don't understand how this market works, each and every quarter, companies are releasing what are called their earnings report. It's basically a report card letting people know how the company's doing. We're looking for huge directional shifts and moves coming off of these earnings reports. The neat thing about this is that it's kind of like having a crystal ball, because what we can do is we can look at what's called the earnings calendar, look to see when the companies are actually going to be releasing the reports, and then I'm going to show you some trading strategies here today of how we can trade around them here. Now, for instance, here, this one was just last Tuesday here. In one of my webinars, we're talking about EA, Electronic Arts. Right before they came out with their earnings report, they were trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out, and it shot up about 15% right after their earnings report came out. Here's another one. Just Thursday, on Thursday here, Nordstrom was trading pretty steadily, closed the market, came up with their earnings report, and it dropped about 17%. Now, we do have some other current opportunities that I will be going over here today. Some of these you see on our screen here, these are some of the ones that are on our watch list. Now, I'll show you today what's going on with Wynn Resorts, Apple, and Netflix. I'll show you what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'll show you what's going on with some of the energy companies here. Now, we do have pharmaceutical companies. We do have some of the retail brick-and-mortar stores that we're watching as well. Don't have time to go into those here today, but at least we'll get kind of a sneak preview as exactly what we're looking at as far as trading around these types of opportunities here today. So what I'm going to do is before we get started, for those of you that may have seen one of my colleagues earlier today, those of you that are not familiar with who Market Traders Institute is, I'm actually coming to you live here today from the Market Traders Institute in Orlando, Florida. The building you see on your screen, that is our actual building. It's actually my last day in this building because we actually just bought a brand new building and we're in the process of moving over there beginning on Monday. So last day broadcasting out of the building, but I do want to let people know that we do have students that come to our building on a daily basis, and we actually just bought a brand new 70,000 square foot training facility. So you're welcome to come to our facility, get trained live in person. If you can't make the trip here to Central Florida, don't worry. You can actually learn how to do this right from the comfort of your own home. A little bit about Market Traders Institute. We did actually just celebrate our 22nd anniversary last month. So we did have a 22nd anniversary here in Orlando. About 250 of our students came here and celebrated with us with a special event. If you go on our Facebook page, you can see some pictures from that. But basically what I explained to everybody that over the last 22 years, we have trained over 30,000 students on how to trade. That is actually worldwide. Now we are getting some press here. You can see here in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen right here, Inc. Magazine. Those of you familiar with Inc. Magazine, we're actually happy to announce we were featured in the most recent Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in the world. As you can see here in the letter we got from Inc. Magazine, we're mentioned in the same breath as GoPro, Under Armour, Microsoft, just to name a couple of the companies on this list. Now, the only way we continue to stay on this list is if we keep delivering results for our team and our students here. Now, there's also going to show you here today, they're going to be very simple and easy to measure because they're actual real results. They're measured in dollars, what shows up in your trading account. So very easy to see and measure the type of results we'll be discussing here today. Now, what I want to do is before we move forward is jump into this here, is kind of give you a baseline here and show you the type of results that our team and our students are getting in this market. As I mentioned, earnings season, companies are releasing these earnings reports. What happened here is that we have our professional analysts in our offices. We're looking for opportunities in the market. When we find opportunities that meet our specific criteria, I'm going to give that criteria for you here in just a moment, we will send out an alert, alerting our team as to our thoughts on trading those specific stocks. Now, this one went out right before LinkedIn came up with their earnings report. I came up with the whole story behind the trade. All of our analysts here goes bullet point by bullet point explaining why we're taking the trade, all the analysis, and we even sent out an order form so everybody on our team knew exactly how to place the trade. Now what ended up happening is that after LinkedIn came with their earnings report, it dropped about 40% after it, and we ended up closing out the next day. We ended up closing out making almost $4,000 in profits off of that LinkedIn trade. Now we did trade a single contract straddle. Some of you might not know what that is, but I think a lot of you probably know what $4,000 is. But one of the things that are part of our team is we want to help get you results. Our goal is to help get you results in this market. So what ended up happening is the next day, one of our students who took that email, that LinkedIn trade, his name is Justin here, he sent us a nice little message back letting you know he took that LinkedIn overnight straddle, he made a 79% return, he made $2,600 overnight off of that LinkedIn trade. Here's Greg F. He says, what great trade last on LinkedIn right before earnings. He made 72% off of what he calls a pretty safe trade. Now, I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of these here, but over the last 2 weeks, though, we did send out emails on Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Twitter. Apple, we closed out, we made about 35% profit in a little under a couple days. Amazon, I think we traded that for about 2 or 3 days, made 22%. Twitter, we were up about 19. I think we just closed that one out the other day as well. Now, we did just send out an email yesterday regarding trading Apple and Netflix again. I'm going to pull my charts up here in just a little while, kind of give you a sneak preview, explain to you why we're getting into that. And I'll show you how you can actually get that email in your hand here today and find out how we're actually trading around that. But before we jump in, I know some of you may already know who Chris Irvin is. For those of you who don't know, I will be talking a whole lot about him throughout the next 45 minutes. He is the creator of our program, the creator of our stock and options program, and he will ultimately be the gentleman that will be taking you by the hand and step-by-step teach you and showing you exactly how to do this. And every student I've shown you here today, they all have actually been trained by Chris as well as myself. So everybody I'm showing you here today, they've all gone through the same program as well. They've all been taught by Chris as well. Chris is a contributor to Fox Business, InVez, also Trade King. Trade King Brokerage, they named him an all-star. He gets a lot of press from them. He gets a lot of articles from them, gets a lot of press from them. He is, as I said to mention, he is the creator of our stock and options program. So the neat thing about this is that we created our stock and options program with the purpose of creating successful stock and options traders with a direct, live, and hands-on approach. So you're actually going to be mentored by Chris, who is a 15-year market veteran. You actually have Kevin Dixon. He's another one of our analysts. He's a 30-year market veteran. They will literally be taking you by the hand and step-by-step teach you and showing you how to do this here. So what I'm going to do is they kind of get you up to speed here today. So let's quickly jump in right now. Let's jump in. Let's start talking about how we actually trade the options market here. Now, first of all, I know a lot of you probably are brand new to options. There might be a couple other people talking about it here today, but let me just take a quick minute or so and get everybody up to speed and explain to you why we trade in this market. Now, first of all, I'll explain to you what the difference between trading stocks versus options. I'll show you the basics that you need. You need to know what a call option is, a put option, premiums, and contracts. So let's go ahead, let's jump in right now. Let me just quickly explain to you the difference between being a stock trader and an options trader. Now, first of all, as a stock trader, most of you probably already know, we're going to be looking to actually own the stock versus an options trader where we look to control the stock. And we'll teach you both trading strategies for stocks and for options. We'll be focusing more on the option side here today. But let me quickly explain to you how we would trade this as a stock trader. Let's say we're looking at a stock. Let's just call this stock XYZ. Maybe stock XYZ right now is trading at $25 a share. Well, maybe as a stock trader, we do some analysis, or maybe we know of an announcement coming out, like an earnings report where we believe and have an educated opinion where we believe that stock XYZ is going to go up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy stock XYZ. Here's what ends up happening. Maybe if that announcement comes out, maybe stock XYZ shoots up to $50 a share. Well, not too bad. A lot of you are pretty happy with that. You just generated a 100% rate of return on that trade. However, as a stock trader, we own the stock. We had $25 at risk. We had $25 invested on that trade. Let me show you what we're going to do as an options trader. As an options trader, we'll probably look at the same stock, probably do the same analysis, probably know about the same announcement coming out. However, as I just mentioned, as an options trader, we don't want to own the stock. We simply want to control it. I'm going to go a little more detail about that here in just a second. So what we do is we take that analysis and we run it through our specific criteria. I'm about to go over that criteria for you here in just a second. And then we look at what's called the options chain. In this case here, maybe we find an option that meets our criteria that's allow us to control stock XYZ for $5 a share. So stock XYZ, it makes that same move. However, our option, it increases by $20 a share. So as an options trader, we generate a 400% rate of return. So it was the same stock, same amount of time, hugely different result. Now we're talking about the basics so far. You're going to need to know what a call option is and what a put option is. Now very quickly, let me go over this here. Call option, if we believe the market's going up, we're going to buy a call option, just like on stock XYZ right there. So let me just go ahead and give you a quick example. Let's say that we're looking at Apple. Let's say that Apple right now is at $100 a share. Let's say that we believe Apple is going to be going up. Here's the problem though. What if we have limited funds in our trading account? What if we only have a couple $100s in our trading account? Right now, we can't afford to buy too many shares of Apple, but we don't want to miss out if Apple does in fact go higher. So what we can do is we can buy a call option. That call option, it's going to give us the right to buy Apple for that same $100 a share at some time in the future, between now and a specific future date. So let's just say between now and June 30th. Well, if between now and June 30th, if Apple, even if it goes up to $125 a share, we have the right to exercise that option, and we would still have the right to buy it for $100 a share. So if it's at $125 and we buy for $100, we can buy it at a $25 discount. Now, one thing I also want to point out before we move forward, options, they give you the right to buy, but you're not obligated to buy. I'll go into more detail and explain what that means here in just a second. Now, the other side of this, the flip side, what if we believe the market's going down? We're going to utilize a put option. So let's say we're looking at Apple. Apple's at $100 a share, but this time we have an educated opinion where we believe that Apple's going to be going down. Once again, let's assume we have a small trading account. We can't afford to take advantage of Apple. Here's what we can do. We can buy a put option. Now that put option, it's going to give us the right to sell Apple for that same $100 a share at some time in the future, between now and a specific future date. So once again, let's just use June 30th as that date. So let's just say between now and the end of June, June 30th, even if Apple goes down to $75 a share, we still have the right to sell it for $100. So if it's at 75 and we can sell it for $100, what do we get for that? We get the difference. It goes right into our trading account. Now, for those of you thinking this sounds pretty easy, why isn't everybody doing it? There's a cost to doing it. You're going to be paying a premium on that. You're paying for the control and time of that stock, and it's called a premium. So let's go ahead, let's quickly go into this here. I'll give you another example to show you how a premium fits into this. Let's say that Apple is trading at $100 a share. We have an educated opinion where we believe that Apple's going up. So we're going to buy a call option on Apple. Now that call option, it's going to give you the right to buy Apple for that same $100 a share by the end of June, by June 30th, but it's going to cost you $4 a share. Now that's our premium on this trade. That's also our cost of doing business on the trade. And it is also what our risk is going to be limited to on this trade. I'll explain what that means here in just a second. Now very quickly, after we buy this call option, one of two different scenarios is going to happen. Either the market's going to go for us or to go against us. Let me show you what's going to happen if the market goes in our favor. Let's just say after we buy that call option, between now and the end of by June 30th, Apple goes up to $125 a share. If the market goes in our favor, we still have the right to sell Apple for $100 a share. Now that we can buy it at a $25 discount, but it costs us $4 for the right to do this. So we end up having a net profit on that of $21. Now we were risking 4, going after 21. It's also what's called a 5-to-1 risk ratio. I'll touch on that here in just a second. So if the market goes in our favor, we have the right to exercise that option. Now if the market goes against us, in this case here, let's say that between now and the end of June, Apple goes from 100 down to 75. Now it just dropped $25 per share. As a stock trader, you just lost $25 per share on that move. As an option trader, however, all we would have lost was $4 on that trade, $4 per share. The reason for this is because if the market goes against us, we are not obligated to exercise that option. What we can do is we can simply let our option expire worthless, and we would lose the $4 per share. So that's what I mean. This is our ultimate risk on this trade. It's limited to what we have in the option. The option is there to make money on the upside, but the risk is limited on the downside here. So what I want to do is, there's one more quick term before we start pulling back the curtain on this here. Let me quickly explain to everybody that in options, we trade in contracts. Each contract that we buy, we're controlling 100 shares of a stock. So if I buy one contract on Apple, I'm controlling 100 shares of Apple. If I buy 2 contracts on Apple, I'm controlling 200 shares. If I buy 5, I'm controlling 500. If I buy 10, I'm controlling 1,000. And that's basically, options are scalable. That's one of the reasons I'll explain this. But the other reason is that if you're brand new to trading options, realistically, you're only going to start off trading 1 or 2 contracts to get started. But because the options are scalable, as your account level builds, as your confidence level builds, you'll get to a point you start trading 3, 4, 5, 10. Pretty much the sky's the limit. It comes down to whatever your confidence level will allow and whatever your account level will allow as far as trading this here. So I'll go ahead. Thank you, everybody, for being patient with me. Let me just quickly walk you through here and show you how we actually traded Nike here, utilizing stock trading strategies and options here. So first of all, let me show you here Right before Nike came with their earnings report, it was trading at about $115 a share. So once again, a little bit more of an expensive stock. Now, if we were a small investor and we had about $1,000 in our trading account, we would not have been able to buy too many shares of Nike. We've only been able to buy about 8 shares of Nike, and that would basically take care of our full trading account. Now, the reason I point this out is because this is what frustrates a lot of people. You know, somebody's making serious money off of Nike. You know, somebody's making serious money off of Google or Netflix or Tesla or Amazon or one of these more expensive companies, but you notice not the person only has 8 shares of Nike or 1 or 2 shares of Google or Netflix. So here's what we're going to do. We can take that analysis, run through criteria, look at our options chain. In this case here, we found call options that met our criteria, and they were trading at $4.15 per share. So here's what we could do. With that same $1,000 in our trading account, we could buy 2 call options. Each call option controls 100 shares. So for about $90 less than it costs us to buy 8 shares of Nike, we could control 200 as an options trader. So 8 shares as a stock trader, 200 as an options trader. Now here's what ended up happening. Nike came with their earnings report and it went from about 115 to 125 over the course of about a month. So it moved about $10 over the course of about a month. If you're the stock trader, you made about $78, about 8% on that move. Some of you are thinking that's okay. Probably in a custom game, maybe 8, maybe 9% in your mutual funds, if you're even lucky getting that for a financial account you have in an entire year. So 8% a month, probably not too bad. Let's see what we did here on the option side, however. All we did was just utilize a couple call contracts. Not a big deal, just the right instrument and the right trading strategy, and our call options at the same time went from $4 to $10. They moved $6 per share. We had 2 call contracts. Each call contract controls 100 shares, so we had 200 shares we were controlling. So we put a profit of $1,200 in our pocket, or 150% rate of return. So it was the same stock, same amount of time, but a hugely different result. Now, this is what I mean by being able to trade these more expensive stocks without having to have tens of thousands of dollars in your trading account to do this. Now, the neat thing about being part of our team is we do this a couple times a month. So this is what's like to work and trade with our team. In fact, when we showed this trade to our team, we showed this as a $3,000 profit. The reason is because we leveraged our return. We traded 5 contracts on this Nike trade. Now, once again, a lot of you that are brand new, you'll start trading 1 or 2 contracts to get started. Once again, it's scalable. You'll start off trading 1 or 2 to get started, but as your confidence level builds, your account level builds, you'll get to the point you start trading 3, 4, or 5 contracts like we did on this Nike trade. Now, here you are, though, $3,000 off that little trade there. It's a nice little bump. And once again, this is what it's like to work and trade with our team. Now, well, I'm going to be going through the webinar here today. I'm going to be talking about a lot of stocks you've heard of before. In fact, maybe you've even tried trading them before. Nike, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Google, Tesla. These are stocks you not only have heard of, maybe you've tried trading as well. In fact, I'm willing to bet that a lot of you, we have, well, quite a few. I'm not going to say how many people we have in the room here today, but I'm willing to bet there's a lot of you here in the room today that you probably have trouble pulling the trigger. You don't quite understand where you should be getting in, where you should be getting out of a trade. You don't know whether you should be buying, whether you should not be buying, that sort of thing. So that's where the mentorship comes in, having a 15-year market veteran, having a 30-year market veteran taking you by the hand and teach you and showing you exactly how to do this and bring this right down to your level so you, in fact, understand it here. So what I want to do is, I know that a lot of you are not going to be able to stay here for the full 45 minutes or whatever. So what I want to do is, before we move forward, I'm going to give you a couple assets right now to take away. I'll give you an idea of some of these ones we're looking at on our watch list right now. As I mentioned, we have Wynn Resorts, Apple, and Netflix. I'm going to show you here in just a second here. I'll pull my charts up here in just a couple minutes to show you why we're looking at Apple and Netflix and why we an email to our team alerting them on how we were going to trade Apple and Netflix. We have Lowe's and Home Depot. They're coming with their earnings reports, I believe, on Tuesday. So we'll show you some trading strategies of how to trade around those earnings reports. The pharmaceutical companies are on our watch list as well, but I'm not going to go into those here today. And the energy companies, Chevron, ExxonMobil. We have about 12 or 15 different oil companies on our watch list. But more importantly, we also have natural gas, UGAZ. If you've never been to one of our webinars, you may not know what this is here. I'll pull my charts up here in just a second and show you why we're looking at UGAZ and why we're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond, as these could be year making opportunities trading natural gas and trading Bed Bath & Beyond. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead, let's start talking about this right now. I'm going to kind of give you the basics here, so if anything, you'll have those basics knowing why we're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond and why we're looking at UGAZ. So Bed Bath & Beyond, their ticker symbol is BBBY. Now, here's why we're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm actually pull my charts up right now, show you why this could be a potential year-making opportunity. So let's go ahead and let's pull up the charts. And I'll go ahead and I'll type that out for everybody here, BBBY. Because I think somebody was just asking, what is the ticker symbol? There it is right there. Now, the reason we're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond, in fact, we're looking at a lot of the brick-and-mortar retail stores. If you've been paying attention, Aeropostale, they just filed for bankruptcy about a week or so ago. You have Sports Authority. You have Kohl's, Sears. Where are some of these other stores? They're basically, a lot of them are closing their stores. I just went to Sears yesterday. The second floor, sorry, the first floor was pretty much done. They had moved everything up to the second floor. Get ready to close that Sears store. But the reason we can profit from this, though, is if you look at here, like with Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond about a year ago, it was trading at about $80 a share. Over the last year, it's been going down. It's been waving down, and recently it came down to about 42. Then it rebounded up. Now this orange line right here, for those of you that don't understand what this is what we refer to as a trend line. And pretty much what Bed Bath & Beyond's been doing is over the last year, pretty much been going right down that trend line, coming up and kissing it and dropping, coming up and kissing it and dropping it. At the beginning of the year, we were looking at Bed Bath & Beyond. Right before their earnings report came out in January. After that earnings report came out, it dropped down about 11%. It then came back up, kissed the trend line, and this is where the most recent earnings report was about 2-3 weeks ago. Dropped again, came back up, tested our trend line, and since then, what it has done, let me clean this up here just a little bit, is it has broken what's called our counter trend line, and it's been dropping ever since. Ever came back up here and retested that trend line, it broke our counter trend line, and since then, it has dropped about $5. There's been a $5 drop in just the last week or so. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, how low do we think this is going to go? Actually, a couple of you, I think some of you are just asking, how do you make money when it's going down? First of all, let me go ahead and quickly answer that question. If you're a stock trader, what you can do is you can short the market. If you're an options trader, you can buy puts. And we'll teach you both trading strategies of how to do this here. But for those of you wondering, how low do we think that Bed Bath & Beyond is going to go down? Well, let's back this up a little bit here. And if you were to look at if you were to look at the charts for Sears, JCPenney, a lot of these other brick and mortar stores, I actually pulled Nordstrom up here in just a second. Nordstrom, at the close of the market the other day, they just dropped, I think, 17% after their earnings report. So a lot of these companies, JCPenney, I think they were at 40, they're down at like 6 right now. So if you look at some of these brick and mortar companies, they're just getting hammered. If you were to pull this back a little bit here, we're looking at here of a potential target of being $35. So if we're at 42 and it goes down to 35, if you trade as a stock trader, that's about a $7 move, so not too bad, but we can teach you option trading strategies as well. Trade this using puts. Let me back this up just a little bit more. And we're looking at the next potential profit target right down here. Right there, 19. So right now we'd be looking at about a $23 move on that one. And once again, the neat thing about this getting into our live sessions, having a live professional analyst showing you this is that if that opportunity presents itself, we can send you out an email alert, or you can be in a live session. We'll actually say, hey, this is where we should be getting in, and we'll show you where we should be getting in and give you our thoughts on where we should be getting out here. So that's Bed Bath & Beyond. We're looking for Bed Bath & Beyond to go down. UGAZ is the opposite. Like I said, UGAZ back in about 2010, 2011, actually, hold on, I actually didn't show you this. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up here. UGAZ, yeah, about 2010, 2011, it was trading at 7,000. So this isn't a misprint, my friends. It was at 7,000, and back in about March, it dropped down to 16. Now, recently, it has rebounded. So let's go back in here. Let me show you what's going on with UGAZ. Once again, it came down. If I come in here, I use my smart trend line tool, just like this. Bam, just like that. It came down, broke our trend line, is now going in an upward bullish movement here. So we're now looking for that new upward movement. What's been happening is since it broke that trend line, it's been channeling just like this. So it came down here, hit a low right at the beginning of March, right at about 16, and it's begun that new upward movement. Now what we've been seeing here is it's been channeling in between these two lines, coming up just like this, bouncing up and down, and it's kind of like bouncing off, find this level of support right here. But the thing is, it's still pretty much going up. It will still look for it to go up. What I'm looking for, though, is I'm looking for to break this upper level of resistance here, eventually start going up. So that's the entry I'm going to be looking on this here. Once again, there's a little bit more detail to this. In a live session, we'll be able to show you exactly when to get in, and our analysts can give you the thoughts as to when to get in. But some potential profit targets on this. Do we think it's going back up to 7,000? Probably not anytime soon. But right now it's at 24.43. If it goes up to 56, that's about a $22 profit right there. Could it go to 56? What was that, 7,000? Very possibly it could go to 56. Could it go to 73? That's a potential to triple your profits. And then if it comes back up here to, let me delete that. Next potential profit target up here is at 100 here. So once again, we'll teach you some trading strategies of how to get in and get out of these opportunities, but more importantly, I'll show you how to get in some live sessions that if an opportunity presents itself, you will have a live professional be able to walk you through and show you this here, or if we can send you an email alert alerting you to a trade opportunity just like this here. Now, I'm going to come back into my charts here. We'll talk about Apple, we'll talk about Netflix here, but once again, we have earnings season going on right now. Just the other day, about a week or so ago, last Thursday, Yelp, I was talking about that in one of my webinars. It's trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It shot up 23% after its earnings report came out. Netflix, I showed you we sent out an email on Netflix before its earnings report. It was trading pretty steadily. Its earnings report came out at U-turn, and since then it dropped over 18% after that earnings report. In fact, we sent an email out to our team, and one of our students sent us an email back. His name is Bernard. Sent us an email back about 11 days later letting us know that he did make 23% off that Netflix straddle. So there's a couple of neat things about our program here, my friends, is that we'll send you out those email alerts giving you our trade ideas as to whether we're taking advantage of these opportunities. I'll show you again some live sessions with our live professional analysts. They'll walk you through and analyze the market right in front of you. But we are going to actually teach you and show you how to do this. But what I want to do is before we move forward, we do have some other opportunities that are on our watch list. Stick with me here just a couple more minutes. After I go in and educate you a little bit more on how to trade this, we pull back the curtain. I will pull up Apple, show you why we're looking at Apple as a potential trade opportunity as of yesterday, and Netflix. I'll show you why we're looking at both of these, why they were on our watch list, and show you why we actually sent a message out to our team. In fact, this is the actual email that went out to our team yesterday from Chris, letting our team know the strategies of how we were going to trade this. I'll pull this up here in just a second, kind of give you a sneak preview of it. However, once again, I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of details about all this, but we are going to be having a special live session tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Those of you that are interested in getting into this live session, one of our professional analysts, his name is Kevin Dixon, he will be sitting down with our team going over our watch list, and he will be doing all the homework for you, and he will also be doing a lot of the analysis and also kind of giving a game plan as of what we're going to be looking for going through the upcoming week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give everybody the permission. If you want to find out how to get into that live session tomorrow, obviously we'll go into a lot more detail, explain a lot of this, but what you can do is simply just type your phone number in at any point before you leave the webinar and put the ticker symbol AAPL next to it. That's going to let us know you're interested in attending that session. I'll have an education specialist reach out to you. They'll give you that information, letting you know how you can get into that special live session with Kevin tomorrow here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. We're going to move forward. I already got a couple of you type your phone numbers in. Kyle, Chris B, we have you down. Dylan. Yeah, everybody will say you have my permission. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling back the curtain here just a little bit further, though, for you. And like I said, we will be pulling the charts up here in just a minute or so, and I will show you what's going on with Netflix here. So Gary, Mark, Caleb, and Travis, we have you down as well. Yeah, you don't have to ask my permission. At any point throughout the webinar, if you want that information, I just type your phone number and put Apple next to it. They'll know exactly what we're talking about. So what I want to do is let's keep moving forward here. I want to show everybody that this isn't guesswork. So let's start pulling back the curtain. Let me show you how we find trading opportunities and kind of give you kind of a sneak preview of our specific criteria of what we use to find and trade these opportunity trading strategies. So here what we're going to do, I'm going to use Under Armour here. I love using this Under Armour example. Right before the earnings report came out, we got in. Our investment was $700. Within 19 days, it went up to $1,470. So we made about $770, 110% rate of return in about 19 days. Now, some of you might be sitting back thinking, well, that's not all the money in the world. $700 over the course of a month might not let you retire. Let me just assure you this was just off of one call contract. Had you done 2 call contracts, it would have been about $1,500, 3 would have been $2,300, and so on. But like I said, I'm here to show you real results. I don't want to come in here and show you how to trade 10 contracts. But if you're brand new, you might want to start trading 1 or 2 to get started. So I want to show you real results of what our students are getting and the typical real results, how you can get as one of our students as well. So let's go ahead, let's start pulling this back. Don't have much more time. Let me just quickly show you here. The first step of what we do to look for opportunities in this market is what you see on your screen. Now this is built into our charting platform. This is what's called our ultimate market scanner. Now what the market scanner is going to do is it's going to save us a lot of time. Those of you that are not familiar with how this market works, there's over about 40,000 different stocks you can watch and trade. If you're trying to sit down trying to find them at your kitchen table or something like that, you might find a couple, but you'll probably miss out on a couple. So we kind of use the market scanner here like a fish finder to help us quickly find opportunities in the market. So very briefly, let me just quickly explain to you what's going to happen here. We'll use the market scanner, and what it's going to do is step number 1, it's going to help us find the market sectors that are on the move. So it's very quickly let us know which market sectors are on the move. We refer to them as the moving trains, and it's also going to let us know which direction they're trending. So if you're taking notes, write down market scanner, and step number 1, we look for the market sectors that are on the move. Now step number 2 is the market scanner. We can come in here and we can drill down a layer, and it's going to let us know then which individual stocks are moving within the market sectors themselves. And that's the neat thing about this, is that we're using technology to quickly help us find these opportunities. Now, I don't have any time to really go in and show you how the market scanner works, but it is a standalone tool. We'll teach you and show you how to use it as a standalone tool. It can help you find your entry, your profit targets, your stop loss. You can pull the options chain right up from it. It does provide you with a wealth of market information. You can pull up recent trades, analyst information, earnings reports, that sort of thing. It is used for stocks, ETFs, futures, and the Forex. So if anybody here that's a Forex trader, I use it the exact same way for the Forex as well. But I'm not going to go into that here today. What I want to explain to everybody, though, is we kind of use this like a fish finder. We simply use the market scanner to help us find opportunities. When we find an opportunity, we're not simply just going to pounce on it, because there is specific criteria that any trade we're going to want to take is going to need to make. So what we're going to do then is we then transfer this information onto our charts, and then we do some analysis. What we're going to do is we're going to use what's called our Fibonacci tool. Now, we also have what's called our Auto Fibonacci tool. It's our Smart Fibonacci tool. It will automatically and quickly, accurately draw your Fibonacci's for you. I'm not going to have enough time to explain that, but we do teach Fibonacci's, and we do provide a tool that does it all automatically. We also have that Auto Trendline tool I showed you. We also have some other automatic tools that are built in. So the thing about this is that you can go on and very quickly do some price action analysis on the charts. Now, once we do that price action analysis, we're not done there. We'll use some of our knowledge in trading this market. And then what we're going to do is, after we use those scanner to find opportunities, we then go in, price action analysis to confirm the opportunities. We then pull out the next piece. And I told you I'd go over some of the specific criteria of what we look at when looking for option trades. What we're going to then look at is what's called our depot checklist. It's what you see on your screen right here. Now, this depot checklist, this is something that Chris and our team created. Depot is an acronym. It stands for Delta, Expiration, Premium, Open Interest, and Time Value. Now, I've explained to you what premium is. We'll absolutely teach you what delta, expiration, open interest, and time value means as well. Now, the neat thing about this is that while you're learning how to use the depot checklist, you will have that mentor relationship with Chris, Kevin, our team, where we're going to be using the scanner, going in and doing a lot of the homework and the heavy lifting for you, and we're absolutely going to teach and show you how to use this depot checklist. But we'll be doing a lot of that heavy lifting for you while you're learning how to do this. And then when we find opportunities, we'll send it out to you. One of the things I'll explain to you why we use the depot checklist. We're going to be checking for volatility. We're going to be checking for cost, for liquidity. We're going to ask, can we afford the position? And we're going to ask, is the move going in the right direction? So once again, we'll teach and show you how to do this, but we'll absolutely give you this depot checklist to use while we're doing this as well. Now, the next step, there is one more step before we move forward. We need to make sure that our risk ratio is correct on this trade. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up what you see on your screen. It's called our equity trade map checklist. Another thing that Chris and our team created. We're going to use this to then check to make sure that our risk ratio is correct on this trade. We need to determine what our risk tolerance is on this trade. We need to ask ourselves, what are we willing to lose? Well, on this Under Armour trade here, we were willing to lose about $200 on it. We're going after about $800. So essentially what we had on this trade was a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We were risking we were risking 200 going after 800, so it's 4 times as much as what we were risking. So we determined that 4-to-1 was our risk tolerance. For some of you it might be 3-to-1, for some of you it might be 5-to-1. Only you will be able to determine what your risk tolerance is, but once again, we'll teach you and show you how to use this as well. But the most important thing I want everybody to take away is that we're not simply just going to pounce on our trade once we find an opportunity. We're going to make sure that our trade meets all of the specific criteria. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, these are going to be very simple, straightforward trading strategies that make sense. We take the emotions out of it. The reason why I mention that is because I know a lot of you here in the room, my brand new traders and some of my more advanced ones have been in your position. I know what happens sometimes is that sometimes your emotions get the better of you. We take the emotions out of it. If the trade doesn't meet our specific criteria, we're not going to take it. And it's only when it meets all of our criteria, only then when we move forward, and only then will we send you out an email alerting you to this trade idea and showing you exactly what we're looking at here. But I'm going to come back and explain this in a little bit more detail. But before we do, let me show you what happened here on this Under Armour trade. We came back and we saw that Under Armour, it was trading at $60 a share. Now, we had found call options that met our criteria. They were trading at $7 a share. So what we did is before Under Armour came with their earnings report, we bought one call option. Here's what ended up happening. After Under came out with their earnings report, it shot up from about $60 a share up to about $70 a share. So as a stock trader, you made about 10 points on that move. At the same time, our options, they went from $7 a share up to $14.70 a share. So we ended up making a profit of $7.70 per share off this call option. We had one call contract, so we ended up having controlling 100 shares, so we made $770 in profit off this move. Stock trader probably made about 100. We made $770. We doubled our money in 19 days. So same stock, same amount of time, but we generated a hugely different result. So this is what I mean by having the right market, having the right trading strategies, more importantly, having the right mentors and teachers to teach you these trading strategies and take you by the hand and show you exactly how to do this here. So what I want to do is we still a little bit more about all this here, but what I want to do is I'm going to show you one more trading strategy before we come back into our charts. I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of details, but so far you at least know what call and put options are. You know what a premium is, you know what contracts are, delta, and we'll teach you how to trade with proper risk management and with proper equity management and with risk tolerance here. But before we do, before I show you one more trading strategy here, it's called a straddle. You're going to need to know how to do this before you learn how to trade with us during earnings season. It's one of our bread and butter trading strategies during earnings season. What I do want to explain to everybody is that I'm showing you the basics here today, but when you go through our entire program, we will sit down with you and we will teach you all the details. In fact, Chris Irvin, the creator of the program, 15-year market veteran, he will sit down with you and you will go through 2 live 2-day boot camp classes. You'll go through a live options class and a live stock trading class, boot camp classes. You'll be in a live webinar setting just like this. Chris will be sitting down with you. You can ask him questions as you're going through, and you will go into the live market, and he'll actually show you how to apply theory to application in the live market. And if a trade opportunity presents itself, Chris will be right there to help you do it. You're going to get unlimited access to these classes, and these classes are recorded. So if anything, if you can't attend them live, you can at least go through the recordings. You can always email Chris or Kevin afterwards here. Now, those of you interested in finding out when our next class is, it is in about a week or so. I'll give you information on how you get into that next class here in just a little while, or as we're going through the webinar, if you want to find out how you can reserve your seat for that class, just simply type in your phone number, put the word class next to it. I have an educational specialist reach out to you and give you that information. So we're very hands-on here, my friends. You're going to have that live interaction, having mentors take you by the hand and teach you and showing you how to do this. Now, you will also get instant access to our online university. It's 18 modules. We go into the details, teach you and showing you how to do all this. We'll take you from the basics, how the stock market works, fundamental analysis, Japanese candlesticks, ABCs, trend lines, Fibonacci. We'll go through all that. I'll show you how options move, how to choose the correct option, how to place the option order. We'll teach about spreads, and we'll also teach you some of the more advanced option trading strategies. I'll go into straddles here in just a second, but I assure you we will teach you some more of the advanced option trading strategies as you're going through this as well. Now, the other neat thing about all this is, like I showed you at the beginning of the webinar, while you're taking part of your time learning how to do all this, you're going to have Chris, Kevin, our analysts here. We're going to be analyzing the market. We'll be looking for opportunities. When we find an opportunity that meets our specific criteria, we will send you out an email, just like this one that went out a couple of weeks, about 2-3 weeks ago, right before Netflix came out their earnings report. So before we jump into straddles, let me just kind of give you an idea of how this works. Right before Netflix came out their earnings report, Chris had determined that it was an immediate opportunity. So we sent this email out to our team, letting them know. Chris lets them know bullet point by bullet point exactly his thoughts on why Netflix was an immediate opportunity. We also sent out all the analysis, and we also sent out an order form so everybody on our team knew exactly how to take advantage of that trade and how to fill out the order form. But let me show you here. I did show you one of our students made about 23% off that. Let me walk you through the LinkedIn trade that we did here right before their earnings report. Right before LinkedIn came out their earnings, Chris and our team, we determined that LinkedIn was an immediate opportunity. So we sent this exact email out to our team, and Chris went bullet point by bullet point explaining the whole story behind the trade, explaining in detail why we were looking at LinkedIn as being an immediate trade opportunity. Now, we also sent out all the analysis as well. We sent out the cost analysis, the risk ratio, the volatility, all the Fibonacci analysis, everything you're absolutely going to learn. It was done already for our team, and it was included in that email as well. So everybody on our team had the story behind the trade, and we also had all the analysis behind the trade. And we did take it one step further, and we also sent out an order form so everybody on our team knew exactly how to fill out their order ticket and take that trade. So we sent out letting our team know we were trading LinkedIn. We showed them which options we were taking. Every single button that needed to be pushed, it was in that email. My brand new people here, if you're uncomfortable doing this your first time, you can simply pick up the phone, give us a phone call, and we can walk you through and show you how to place the trade. But for those of you that are already live traders, if you already have your trading account set up, and we send out these emails, just take advantage of it. Trade along with us, my friends. How you can trade along with us here as we're doing this here. But what I'm going to do is let me show you here what happened on this LinkedIn trade. We sent that email out right before LinkedIn came out their earnings report. The next day, we sent out another email. Chris sent this out to our team, letting our team know that we closed out on both of our straddle positions here. So here's what's happening here right now. What we can do is we sent this out to our team, letting our team know that we closed out on that trade. So we'll send you an email letting you know thoughts on when we're getting in, and we'll also send you an email letting you know our thoughts on getting out of the trade as well. So we ended up closing out on that LinkedIn trade. As I showed you at the beginning of the webinar, we ended up making a $4,000 profit off of a single contract straddle. That was on LinkedIn here. Now we did send an email the week before regarding Amazon. Amazon's getting ready to come up with their earnings report. We sent the story, the analysis, the order form showing our team how to trade it. We closed out on Amazon a week later, and we made $544 in about a week. Once again, $500 for some of you. It's not all the money in the world. That was just a single contract straddle. Had you traded two, it would have been $1,100 and so on. So once again, my friends, you'll start off trading one or two to get started, but you will be able to scale this up. In fact, that's what our student here, Dilawar, did. He did one of our previous Amazon trades. He sent us a nice little message back letting us know that he did that awesome trade on Amazon, successfully closed out on his Amazon straddle, and he traded 5 contracts. He made about $5,600 in 9 days. So like I said, you'll start off trading maybe 1 or 2 contracts to get started, but once again, as your confidence level builds, your account level builds, you'll get to the point where Dilawar is right here, and he traded 5 contracts, made $5,600 in 9 days off that Amazon thing. Now there is one more thing you're going to need to know. To trade along with us, you need to know what a straddle is. Now here's what I want you to write down. A straddle, it is when you place trades on both sides of the market, and regardless of which direction the market goes, going to be profitable as long as it goes. It's also referred to as a non-directional trading strategy. Now, for those who wonder, why would we want to place trades on both sides of the market? Well, let me quickly explain to you again what's going to happen around these earnings reports here. We specifically use it for announcements, earnings reports, where we believe there's going to be a huge pop in the market, but we don't quite understand which direction the market's going to go after that announcement. So let me walk you through some examples here. LinkedIn, about a week and a half ago, they came out their earnings report. It was trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It shot up 13% right after that earnings report came out. Now, had we had an educated opinion where we believed that LinkedIn was going to go up after that earnings report, what would we have done? We would have bought a call option. Remember, if we believe the market's going up, we're going to buy a call. Now, on the flip side of this is what happened with Twitter here. Twitter's trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It dropped over 16% after that earnings report came out. Had we had an educated opinion where we believed that LinkedIn was going to go down after that earnings report, what would we have done? We would have bought a put. Remember, if we believe the market's going down, we're going to buy a put. Now, what if there's confusion, though? What if there's confusion where we don't quite understand or have an educated opinion as to which way the market's going to go, but we still want to take advantage of it? We use a straddle. We place trades on both sides of the market. Regardless of which direction it goes, as long as it goes, we're going to be profitable. So let me walk you through here one of the last times we traded Teslas, right before their earnings report. There was confusion as to which way we believed that Tesla was going to go. So we didn't have that educated opinion where we believed Tesla was going to go in one way or the other. But we still knew that it was going to go one way or the other, and we wanted to profit on it. So what we did is we bought calls and put options at the same time on Tesla. We straddled the market on Tesla here. Now, some of you might be sitting back thinking, well, doesn't one just cancel out the other? If you're thinking that, I was thinking the exact same thing the first time I saw this. Let me walk you through and show you what's going to happen here. If after that earnings report comes out, or after that announcement comes out, if Tesla, if it pops up, if the stock shoots up, our call option, it has an unlimited upside. It can keep going up and up and up. But we're only limited as what we can lose on the put. The other thing you need to know is that when the market moves like this, when we get a huge pop in the market like this, one option is going to move faster than the other. So in this case here, if Tesla shoots up, our call option is going to rise in value faster than our put is going to lose. On the flip side of all this, if Tesla were to go down after that earnings report, the stock pops downward, our put option, it's going to profit the whole way down to zero. But we're only limited as to what we can lose on the call. Now once again, one option is going to move faster than the other. So if Tesla goes down, our put option is going to rise in value faster than their call is going to lose. So here's what ended up happening. Tesla came out with their earnings report, and it dropped like a rock. It went from about 260 down to about 245 and wound up somewhere around 215. So the stock traders were getting killed. How did we do? We had our calls and puts on at the same time, and as Tesla was going down, Our put options, they went up in value. They went from $7.70 a share up to $21.35 a share. At the same time, our calls went down in value. They went down to almost nothing, became less and less valuable, almost down to nothing. The difference on that became our profit, and we ended up making about $6,000 in 6 days off of this Tesla straddle, right around its earnings report. Now, one thing I want to point out is that we did leverage our position. We did trade 10 contracts on this Tesla straddle. But here's the thing. Most of you that are brand new, you're going to be trading with 1 or 2 contracts to get started. If you traded with 1 contract, you still have made about $600 in 6 days. 2 have been $1,200 and so on. But these are compositions we're talking about, and once again, this is what it's like to work and trade with our team. In fact, Netflix, another one of our companies that we love, another one of the staple companies we trade around earnings. Right before their earnings report, we placed a Netflix straddle, and we ended up making $2,500 overnight off of Netflix here. Now, that's how our team is doing. This is how our team is doing. Let me show you how our students are doing. Fawad here sent us a nice little message letting us know that the straddle worked out great as he predicted in the email. He says he's still new at this, trying to learn to apply it on the go, but he ended up closing out with $3,800 in profits. I believe that was one of his first trades right out of the gate. So, like I said, when you're part of our team, part of the program, we're going to educate you. You're going to go through those boot camp classes. You're going to go through our online university. You're going to have Chris, 15-year market veteran, taking you by the hand and teach you and showing you and educate you on how to properly trade the market. While you're learning how to do all this, you're going to start getting those email alerts. They're going to alert you to our trade ideas, letting you know what our thoughts are as far as trading around these opportunities. And we can take it even one step further, and we even give you access to our live professional analysts Monday through Friday. It's what's called our Analyst on Demand sessions here. It's hosted by Kevin Dixon, 30-year market veteran. Each and every day, Monday through Friday, he hosts these live sessions. He'll be in a live webinar setting just like this. He'll be doing this during the opening bell from 9 a.m. to 11:30, and then during the closing bell from 3 to 4. In these live sessions, Kevin has his charts pulled up. He's literally analyzing the market right there, right in front of you. So the neat thing about is that if a trade opportunity presents itself, you have a 30-year market veteran that's going to be able to walk you through and help you place the trade. Or if you have some trades you're looking at, you can ask him, hey, Kevin, can you look at these trades for me? And he'll give you a second opinion on them. So he does this each and every day during the opening bell and closing bell. For those of you that maybe have other obligations, you can't attend these live, let me assure you that every single live session we do here, it is recorded, so you can always come back and watch the recordings on this. And Kevin sends out a midday market update each and every day, so 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, you're going to have a 30-year market veteran. He's going to be showing you his thoughts on what's going on in the market right there, right in front of you. We also do a Sunday trade planning session. This Sunday, Kevin's going to be sitting down with our team, going over our watch list, doing all that homework, and we'll have a game plan. What's on our watch list, we'll have the game plan before the market even opens, what we're planning on trading and how we're going to trade it. These sessions are recorded as well, so if you can't attend them live, you can always watch the recording on those as well. Once again, we're about results. We're really about results here. So here's one of our students, Greg, said he let us know that he followed Kevin during his opening, closing, and Sunday call one day, and he made 18% from following him. So once again, our goal is to help get you up to speed in this market, help you gain the results that Justin and Greg and Bernard and all these students are getting here. But what I want to do is we only have a couple more minutes left. What I do is, as I promised, I'm going to give you a couple assets to take away here today. A couple more that I want to show everybody here is Apple and Netflix. We literally just sent out an email yesterday showing here, hold on one second, my friends. Hold on one second. Yeah, we actually sent an email yesterday to our team, alerting our team on how we were going to trade around Apple and Netflix. So I'll kind of give you a sneak preview and show you how we did this here. Now, like I said, I don't have a lot of time to go in to all the different oil and energy companies, the pharmaceuticals. Kind of gave you a sneak preview of what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. We do have other retail brick-and-mortar stores. We have Home Depot and Lowe's. Come out their earnings report on Tuesday, so these are on our watch list. But what I want to do is, like I said, during these earnings reports, we're looking for those huge pops in the market. EA, we're just looking at them about a week or so ago. They popped up 15% right after their earnings report came out. Amazon, we traded Amazon right around their earnings report. We sent an email out to our team. After the report, it shot up 12%. We closed out trading options, and we closed out making 22% off that trade. Apple, they were trading pretty steadily before the earnings report about 2 weeks ago. Their earnings report came out, it dropped 8%. Now, we traded with option trading strategies, and we closed out making 35% off of that Apple one. Now, Netflix, I showed you this one before. We sent an email out to our team right before that report came out. It dropped 18%. One of our students made 23% off of Netflix here. But like I said, we did have an email go out yesterday on Apple and Netflix. This is the actual that Chris sent out to our team, alerting our team it had met our criteria, and we were about to enter into the trade. So what I'm going to do right now is let's go back in here. Can I give you a sneak preview and show you why we were looking at trading Apple and Netflix? If I have time, I'll show you Win Resorts as well. I'll show you why we're looking at the next opportunity here with Win. Now, Apple, once again, that's AAPL. For those of you that want to know what the ticker symbol is, here's where the earnings report came out. We sent an email out to our team, and it dropped right after that earnings report. So like I said, we made about 35% off of this earnings report move right there. Now, what ended up happening is that when it came down, it found a level of support right there. Just basically kept rallying up and bouncing off this level of support. So if we were to go back here, and you see here, I kind of drew this light line, it basically kept coming up and finding a level of resistance there. Now, going back about a week or so ago, we started looking at Apple. Actually, it's about 2-3 days ago. Chris sent out an email to our team right before, in fact, let me delete this here, right before it ended up dropping again here. But he said, if Apple were to drop below this $92 threshold, we're going to be looking to trade it. So here's what ended up happening. Yesterday, this was actually just yesterday morning, Apple dropped below that $92 threshold. Now, what ended up coming is it ended up coming back up, almost retesting our level of support, which became a level of resistance here, and then it dropped right here, and it broke our counter trend line. So we're looking to trade this right now. And we sent that email out to our team, letting them know where we're getting in, which options to take, and where we're taking it down to here. So our team knew exactly what we were doing here, and we sent that email out to our team, letting our team know exactly trading it. So I just want to kind of give everybody a sneak preview of why we're looking at Apple. Here's Netflix. Here's the other one. And Netflix, once again, earnings report came out. This was about 2-3 weeks ago. It dropped. Now, we traded that once after the earnings report, and then what happened is Netflix found a level of support right here at 88. Once again, going back about a day, I think it was about Tuesday or Wednesday. Let me see where this is. Right here. This was the 10th. So this was about 3-4 days ago. I was telling people in my webinars, hey, look, it came back up to this level of resistance here. Look for it to U-turn and drop. And what happened is yesterday morning, once again, it dropped. I'm sorry, this was yeah, I guess was that yesterday, the day before, it ended up dropping and breaking that threshold at 88. Chris said, hey, if it breaks that $88 threshold, we're going to look to get in. It came back up, has since retested this level of support. It broke our counter trend line at the close of yesterday. I think it was right here, right around there, and then we're looking to trade that. So we told our team, we sent an email to our team, letting our team know how we're trading around Netflix and how we're trading around Apple. So we'll send that email out to those of you that join our program here, become part of our team. I can have an education specialist send out that email to you today so you know exactly which options we're taking, letting us know where we're looking to get in, where we're going to get out of these trades. I'll go ahead and give everybody a free sneak preview here, my friends. We only have a couple more minutes here, but let me show you here Win Resorts. Now, Win Resorts, once again, right around this $96 level right here, this threshold, it has this level of resistance. It has come up here and it's bounced back off it again, so we have a nice little level right here. I came back up, tested it, came down to this level. It's been bouncing off of this level. So what we're looking for is we've been told if we find that if Win Resorts here, in fact, yeah, somebody just asked what this is. Win is W-Y-N-N. This is the next one we're setting up on here. We're looking now for it to potentially, I can see it possibly coming back down and testing this and then eventually shooting up. If it breaks this $96 threshold, we're going to trade this. We already have our plan. If it re-breaks it, once again, we're going to look to get in, and we're going to be trading this here. Now, once again, you trade it as a stock trader, but we'll also show you, we'll send out our thoughts on trading this as an options trade, letting you know which options we're looking to take and all that as well here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give everybody one more opportunity. If you want to find out how to get that email, find out how to get into that live session tomorrow, we are doing a live session. We'll probably be talking about Apple, we'll probably be talking about Netflix. That did just happen yesterday, so there still might be some time to get in on these trades. We do have Win Resorts coming up. We're looking at Win Resorts as the next opportunity. But we also have Lowe's and Home Depot coming up this week. Like I said, Bed Bath & Beyond, and we also have UGAZ and the energy companies and the oil companies that we're looking at here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another quick sip of water, and I'm going to take the next minute or so, give everybody an opportunity to find out how you can get into that live session. If you want to find out how to get in that live session tomorrow at 5, simply just type your phone number and put Sunday next to it. My education specialists know exactly what we're looking at here. So I know asking how do we become part of the team, how do we get enrolled. Anybody else that still wants this information, just simply type your phone number, put Sunday next to it. That's going to let us know you're interested in that. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water and I'll go through all the details on how to get enrolled into our program. Especially, we have something special for everybody here today for Investor Inspiration. Okay, great. Jason, thank you. I got you down. Daniel, Aiden, Michael, William, Mason here. Yeah, so everybody else wants that information. You have my permission to simply type your phone and put Sunday next to it. That's going to let us know that you're interested in it. Now, for those of you wondering, how do you join our team? How do you become part of our team and go through our program? Let me assure everybody that what I showed you here today, all of this is part of our stock and options program. In fact, we've taken all this, the education, the tools, the training, support, we bundled it all together into a package. It's called our Ultimate Stock and Options Package. It includes everything I showed you here today, the education, the tools, the training, and the support. Now, everything is available online. You can learn how to do this right from the comfort of your own home. It's all on demand and it's at your own pace. You don't have to quit your full-time job to learn how to do this. You can literally learn how to do this on the side as you're going through this. Now, most importantly, though, if you're looking for mentorship, if you're brand new to this market, you've been looking to get in, or if you've been unsuccessfully trading this market and you're looking for a mentor, such as a 15-year market veteran or a 30-year market veteran, to take you by the hand and teach and show you how to do this, you're going to have Chris and Kevin, our team. We will literally take you by the hand and step-by-step teach you and show you how to do this. Now, as part of our program, we want you to become a lifelong successful trader, so as long as you're part of our team, you will get access to this program for a lifetime. We want you to become a lifelong successful stock and options trader. However, we also back it up with a guarantee. We're going to back it up with a guarantee. In fact, we actually have something special for everybody here today. Those of you looking to get enrolled, we have something, normally we'll give you 60 days to take it for a test drive. We're literally going to give you 90 days today to take it for a test drive as part of our investor inspiration here today. So you don't have to make that final financial commitment for 90 days. So if for any reason you don't find the value in this program, if you're not getting the results I showed you, you're risking nothing. It's a risk-free opportunity. Now, those of you asking what all is included with the program, you're going to get those live boot camp classes. We actually have one coming up here in just a couple days. You can literally get into a boot camp class. I believe it is at the end of next week. Now, you're getting into those on-demand online university. You'll start learning how to do this in that online university sessions today. You'll get into the Analyst on-demand sessions beginning on Monday. You also get those email trade alerts. The Sunday trade planning session, you'll get into that on tomorrow at 5. You'll get a market update video every week, the weekly online sessions, the checklist. So what I want to show everybody is that what I showed you here today is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine what you learn when you go through the entire program, because if you find a little bit of value in what I showed you here right now, imagine what you learn when you go through the classes, the online lessons, the sessions here. That's kind of what our student here, Justin H. did. Justin H., he got that email regarding LinkedIn the other day, a couple weeks ago, showing how we told our team how to trade LinkedIn. Well, he took that LinkedIn overnight straddle. He made 79% return. He made $2,600 following what we sent him in that email. Now, he goes on in the message he sent back to us, a little email he sent back to us letting us know, he says here, for future MTI students, if you're considering learning stock trading or options, he highly recommends Chris and our team. He said, anybody that's are hesitant, he highly encourages you to invest yourself with the program. Another one for students. George N. says, my portfolio has increased 32% in the last 2 weeks. It's helped him to minimize his losing trades, and he has one option that's up 86% in the last week. Now, he also goes on to say he made $3,500 in 17 minutes with what's called the fill and fade the gap trading strategy. Didn't really get a chance to explain that here tonight, my friends, but the neat thing about this is that you learn how to do that from Kevin. It's one of his bread and butter trading strategies. George learned how to do this. He made $3,500 in 17 minutes off of it here. Now, we do have some special bonuses. In addition to all this, you will get that market scanner. Didn't get a chance to really talk too much about it, but we do have a live session coming up here where we can sit down and teach you and show you how to use it. But if anything, you'll have the market scanner in front of you when we show you these opportunities here. You also get the charting platform. You get to take that as a special bonus here today. Take it for a 60-day test drive. That market scanner is built right into our charts. Our auto Fibonacci tool, that auto trendline tool, our charts are mobile and cloud-based, and we just did launch an app about 2-3 weeks ago. And we're also going to include another special bonus. Another thing that's built into our charting platform, that is our pinpointer indicator. It's going to give you triple confirmation before you place your trade. So in other words, if you are above this dark blue line, you have a green candle, green indicator, triple confirmation of a buying opportunity. There is obviously a lot more to this, but our education specialist will go in a lot more detail about that. Now here's the real special here today, my friends. Normally, we would give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. As part of Investor Inspiration here today, we're actually going to extend that to 90 days. So today is, what, May 14th, so you get June, July, so let's say by like August 19th, if you're not getting the results I showed you here today, if you don't find the value in this program, or if you just simply decide that stock and options trading isn't for you, you return the program. You call our education specialist, return the program. We give you 90 days to take it for a test drive risk-free. So you don't have to make that final financial commitment for 90 days as part of the program. Now here's the thing we got going on today. Normally these webinars, because you've taken part of your time to get up to speed learning how this works, how to trade this market, the basics. You have all the basics in your back pocket right now. Everybody in the room right now, you know what a call option is, what a put option is, straddles, premiums. You have an idea of how this all comes together. You're not going to be holding our team back if we were to send you an email right now on Win or on Bed Bath & Beyond or on UGAZ or Home Depot or Lowe's. So here's what we're going to do. Normally on our website, we bundle the entire program into a retail bundle package. We do save a little bit of money, a couple $1,000s by bundling together. The one-time online price on our website is $7,995. However, as part of the program, for sticking with me here over the last little over 45 minutes, normally we would offer an instant $2,000 webinar scholarship. However, as part of Investor Inspiration here today, here's what we're going to do. We're going to save you 40% off the cost of the program. We'll save you over $3,000. We're also going to give you 12 months of the charting platform, give you 90 days to take this for a test drive. So if you have the means that you can make a one-time payment, we're going to include all of that for you. Now for those of you, if you're looking to get started here and you don't have the means to make that one-time payment, don't worry. We have what's called our Easy Pay financing plan. We'll get you involved here today. Over the next 90 days, you might make a payment or two, but once again, it is a risk-free opportunity. So what I'm going to do right now, for those of you, this is only for this webinar here today. It is only for Investor Inspiration here today. If you want to get locked in with this, here's what you need to do. You're going to need to type your phone number in and put the word ready next to it. That's going to let us know you're ready to get started. You're ready to get more information as far as enrolling into our program. We'll have an education specialist reach out to you. We'll get you locked in. If you have the means to make the one-time payment, we'll save you over $3,000. We'll save you 40% off the cost of the program. If you're ready to get started and you want the payments, just simply type your phone number in and put the word payment next to it. That's going to let our education specialist know you're interested in the payments here. Now, once again, we do have that money-back guarantee, meaning that normally we give you 60 days. However, we're giving you 3 full months to go through the entire program. Take this for a test drive here. So those of you ready to get started, to get involved, you're going to have to at least give us that little indication, get locked in here, save $3,000 off the cost of the program here. So I did see Travis. Travis, I did see you typed in you're ready to get started. Thank you for that. Ephraim, thank you. I have you down as well. And I have Royce. Royce, thank you as well. A lot of you type in saying you're ready to get started. We do have some special bonuses as well along with that, but if you are ready to get started, we will help get you enrolled here today. So what I'm going to do, those of you that are still in the room, ask yourself this. What if you had access to a daily analyst, a 30-year market veteran? Do you think you can see the same type of results that I showed you here today? You'd be able to get those same results. Or better yet, what if we were to send you out email alerts like we did on Netflix, on Amazon, on Tesla, just over the last couple of weeks here? Do you think you can find some success in this market? Because once again, we're backing it up with a full money-back guarantee. We're going to give you 3 months to take it, 90 days to take it for a full test drive here. So here's what we're going to do. I've gone well over my time here today, but what I'm going to do is before we leave the webinar, I got a couple of you. Thank you for that. Margaret says she's ready. She's interested in the payments. Yeah, if you're interested in the payments, type your phone number with the word payments. We do have that easy, affordable payment plan to help get you enrolled. Charlie says he's ready to get started here, and Donnie says he's ready as well. So this is our Investor Inspiration Special. To get locked in, to let us know you were in the webinar, you need at least type your phone number and let us know you're ready. You'll get all your questions answered, and we'll help you along with what the best one is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this very easy for everybody here. I'm about to wrap the webinar up. Make it very easy because I got a couple of you asking a lot of good questions here. Let's make it very easy for everybody here in the room. What if there was a way to get the entire program for free? Would you then be interested in this opportunity here today? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my screen. I'm going to give everybody 1 more minute before I wrap the webinar up, and I'm going to send something out to everybody in the chat box right now. Those of you who are interested, you say, William, I think I can do this. Here's what you can do. If you're interested in finding out how to get the entire program for free, type your phone number into the chat box and simply put the promo code FREE next to it, F-R-E-E. My education specialist will reach out to you. They'll give you this information, show you how you can actually get the entire program for free. Now, I'm not going to go into the details with this, but if you are serious about getting enrolled, finding out how to get the entire program for free, simply type your phone number and put the promo code FREE, and we will reach out to you and show you how to do this here. So thank you for that. Lance, I got you down. Roger, thank you. I got Chin, thank you down as well. Hi, I have you down. Roger. Yeah, give everybody about another about 30 seconds, my friend. So Booker, we have you down as well. Jacob, I got you as well. I got Logan. Andrew, thank you for that. Yeah, anybody that wants this information, we're giving you about another 60 seconds. I'm sorry, about another about 30 seconds to do this here. I got you down, Daniel. Matthew's asking, what do we do? Matthew, just simply type your phone number and put the promo code FREE next to it. That's all you're going to need to do. Mason, get you down, and Elizabeth. So on that note, my friends, you either see the value in this or not. If this isn't enough to entice you, to leave off the sidelines, get on the playing field doing this here. I don't know what else to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send one last message out to the chat box before we close the webinar. If you want this information, we're leaving it up for about 1 more minute, and then we're going to close the webinar here. So let me send that out to everybody in the room. If you're serious about this, serious about getting this information, Aiden, I have you down. I got Ethan down as well. It's up to you to take that opportunity. So on that note, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, Investor Inspiration, for bringing us here today. I am going to go ahead and I'll leave this up for 1 more minute. So on that note, my friends, thank you for taking the time to spend this with us on this Saturday afternoon. Until next time, I wish you the best in your trading career.